Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Zooty Pickups. Today I'm coming at you with a very special new pickup, the Nike SB Dunk Low Black Pigeons, aka the Pigeon Dunk 2.0s. That is quite a mouthful, but this shoe is the little brother to a very historically significant shoe, the OG Pigeon Dunks. Older sneakerheads out there who have been collecting for a while, recognize the significance of that shoe. It's kind of like the shoe that really started it all. I mean, before that shoe came out in 2005, of course there were sneakerheads and of course people were lining up for sneakers, but the number of people that did that was so small, it didn't really matter. It wasn't even a subculture, it was like a microculture of people. And then the Pigeon Dunks came out and things just kind of started to explode from there. That release, people were getting violent in line in New York City in front of the Reed Space store, and it got some mass media coverage. And I think after that, people were like, "Oh, this is a thing. Rare sneakers are a thing. Sneaker collecting is a thing." And I think a lot of people just started to get into it from that point on. And pretty much 12 years later, in 2017, we have what we have now. So I think it was a very pivotal release that kind of led us to what sneaker/streetwear culture is today. So yeah, that is pretty much why I think the Pigeon Dunks are really significant sneakers. So when the 2.0s came out, the black ones, I knew I had to get myself a pair, and I was lucky enough to pick one up on Sneakers. So let's talk about this shoe itself. Actually, before that, let's talk about the pigeon. Why are these shoes themed after pigeons? So in 2005, Nike was doing a dunk for every city, and when it came time to do a New York City-based dunk, they requested the help from Jeff Staple. He's a New York City-based designer, and he was like, what kind of sneaker could I design that really represents New York City? And then he said, oh, pigeons. So pigeons are all over the city of New York. They're not afraid to get down and dirty. They'll do whatever they want. They don't give a shit. They're just a great embodiment of the people of New York and the city itself. A pigeon motif, and then the rest is history. So for this particular colorway, however, Jeff said he chose to do an all-black colorway to kind of signify a clean slate or a reboot of the whole Pigeon Dunk line. And it's been 12 years, so it's definitely about time for a reboot. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this colorway is really slick. So let's talk about the construction of the shoe and materials. So one thing that really hits me is the quality of the leather and the two different types of leathers that they use. So as you can see here, there's a slightly glossy leather, which is really supple, and then they have the kind of matte suede. So the two kind of differing textures gives the upper of the shoe a nice kind of look. The light bounces off these leathers differently, and even though they're the same color, it gives it a little bit of dimension, and it kind of helps the shoe not be too boring. The tongue is constructed out of a breathable and puffy mesh, and the outsole is this kind of reddish orange colorway. It's definitely not red, but it's not orange either. The best way I can put it is it's some sort of color in between red and orange. I dig it. I think it's a really nice color, and it contrasts with the black really well. On the back, you have some embroidered Nike branding on top of the heel, and on the tongue, you also have another hit of that color with a Nike swoosh. However, from afar, it just looks like the Nike swoosh, but if you kind of zoom up close, you can, I don't know if you can make that out, but the Nike SB lettering is on there, but it's black on black, but it's really subtle, and it's kind of difficult to see, but it's definitely there. So some stealthy branding right there. Definitely a nice little touch. In terms of the shoe itself, it is the same old Nike SB Dunk Pro that we have known and loved for the last 15 years. The Dunks, originally a basketball shoe, Skaters started to skate in them. So Nike SB, when they came out, they decided to make like a skate shoe version of the Dunk, and the Dunk Low Pro is what we have. The main big differences, I think, are this very padded tongue. As you can see, it's like a poofy tongue like in a skate shoe from the mid-2000s, because this is a skate shoe from the mid-2000s. It has side gussets, so the tongue doesn't move around. A very welcome feature, and actually a feature that not all modern skate shoes have. And they also reinforced the stitching on the ollie area and the toe cap area. And I'm not exactly sure if regular Dunks have this, because I've never had like a non-SB Dunk, but the SB Dunks have a Zoom Air unit right in the heel to give you a little cushioning, you know, when you're coming down and landing and stomping those skateboard tricks. So yeah, this shoe, I mean, it's kind of a bulky shoe in 2017, especially in terms of like a skate shoe, but back in the day, like in the mid-2000s, like this was one of the slimmer skate shoes out there. And I remember skating my first pair of Dunks thinking that, wow, like, you know, these are so slim, I can really like see so much of my board. Like when I looked down, I could see so much more of my grip tape. Before it was like, you know, it was like these huge poofy shoes that covered half my board. And I remember just like thinking like how good my tricks looked wearing slim shoes like this. But yeah, I mean, in 2017 standards, these are definitely super puffy shoes. In terms of comfort, they're definitely not the most comfortable shoes. The shoes are really stiff, and the Zoom Air unit is it's very responsive, but it's not the most cushy type cushioning. So, you know, things like Ultra Cush and Lunar Lawn will probably be the better skate cushioning, but, you know, staying true to their OG roots, they just kept the Zoom Air unit, and I'm totally fine with that. I probably, you know, I'm not gonna skate these for two main reasons. Like, one, you know, this leather I think is like way too nice, and I don't want to ruin it. And two, the shoe is just too stiff for me. I need a little more cushioning and a little more flexibility. As you can see, it doesn't really like bend very well. And well, I mean, this is probably because like these shoes aren't broken in yet, but I mean, most modern shoes you don't even have to break them in. You can, like, you know, slide them on and just go skate right away. So all in all, I am super stoked I was able to get myself a pair of these suckers. I always wanted the OG Pigeons. I could never get them, but you know, these 2.0s are a great consolation prize, and I feel like I kind of got the shoe that the teenage version of me always wanted and couldn't get. So yeah, I'm going to throw these on foot so you guys can see what it looks like. And once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.